Okay, so we're start. We're told that the light enters in with some angle A here, angle of incidence, and it reflects off of this hypotenuse at the critical angle. So we need to find the critical angle, right? We have a formula for that. This prism has an index of refraction of 1.52, and it's surrounded by air. So to find the critical angle, we take the inverse sine of the lower over the higher index, and that gives us 41.1 degrees. Okay, so that's what that angle is. Now, I'm going to call this angle, I'll call this angle B and this angle C. And then this angle will be, theta 2. So, I know that angle C plus the critical angle have to add up to 90 degrees. So angle C is 48.9 degrees. I also know that angle C plus this angle here at the apex, 60, plus angle B here, that has to add up to 180. Okay, so that means that angle B is 71.1 degrees. Okay, now, and then finally, I know that angle B plus angle theta 2, those have to add up to 90 degrees because that's a right angle. So therefore, theta 2, that initial angle of refraction is 18.9 degrees. Okay? Now, I need to find A from that, so I can use N1 sine A is equal to N2 sine theta 2. Okay? So 1 sine A is 1.52 times the sine of 18.9 degrees. So I get A is equal to 29 degrees. So there's my angle of incidence, 29 degrees. So as it says in the problem, A is not necessarily drawn to scale. You know, A is actually more like that. Now, so that's part A. Now for part B, we want to know that final angle of refraction. Okay, so this guy here has to be 41.1, right? Because those two angles have to be equal to each other. That's the law of reflection. Well, so I'm going to call this angle D, and I'm going to call this angle E, and then this little piece of it, I'll call that theta 3, and then this final angle I'm going to call theta 4. Alright, so D, I know that D plus 41.1, that's got to add up to 90 degrees. So D and C are the same. D is 48.9 degrees, right? C over here and D over here, those have to be the same. That's part of the law of reflection. That's one of the consequences. And then I also know that D plus E plus 30, those have to add up to 180. So 48.9 plus 30 plus E is equal to 180. And that means that E is 101.1. Okay? Now E is this whole angle here. It's a right angle plus theta 3. So I know that 90 plus theta 3 is 101.1. So theta 3 is therefore 11.1 degrees. Alright? And then now I just use Snell's law to find theta 4. Right? 1.52 sine 11.1 is 1.0 sine theta 4, and from that I get theta 4 is equal to 17 degrees, and we're done.